Hi, my name is Lorraine O'Connor. I am chairperson of Muslim Sisters of Eire.
And my name is Jasmina Kidd. I'm the vice chair.
Okay, ladies, tell us about yourselves.
Okay, well, we established this group in 2009. We came together in a little room back in the Lantern Centre in Sing Street, 4 or 5 of us, and we felt that there was a need for a group for women, for Muslim women only, because we felt that they were kind of keeping themselves within minority groups and weren't coming out into the wider sect. So we thought, well, how can we come together and try and combat this and help them?
So basically, this group started initially, like Lorraine was saying, was to bring out Muslim women from migrant backgrounds to integrate with initially Irish Muslim women, so we could have basically women from both cultures coming down together. Now, from that, we decided, considering that we are meeting every week for coffee, let's try and use that time to do something that's going to have an impact on society. So we slowly brought in projects of need. Within that, we slowly integrated ourselves with people and NGOs that are outside the Muslim and migrant groups.
And example of some of them projects where we started off first, our first ever conference was Muslim women's activism within current society. So we had 3 Muslim women speaking on their aims and objectives in society and what they find is a barrier to them. And we had 3 non-Muslim women come speaking at the same kind of, it was the same topics that they both had, and how they could interject them topics together and move forward.
Okay. What is your personal motivation for applying?
Well, my personal motivation, being an Irish woman growing up in Ireland, an Irish Muslim growing up in Ireland, is that when I first became Muslim back in 2005 and I put on my hijab, I was singled out as a foreigner then within my own country. There was certain Islamophobia and racial discrimination that I could see out there, and I felt, well, if I'm having this as an Irish woman, what are migrant women having that also are in our country? So we decided, as I said, my personal motivation was to decide to act on this and help people in the wider community have a better understanding. And the understanding of what Muslim women are about and how we could project ourselves as being, independent women from all backgrounds, from all jobs, society, and so forth and so on.
For me, I feel that another reason that we are deciding to apply for this grant is that our group has gained momentum. We have successfully over the last 9 to 10 years been able to support people from many different backgrounds, including refugees, women experiencing domestic violence, young single mothers with their children, and of course homeless and people living in emergency accommodation. We feel that, like Lorraine was saying, as a group of, my daughter wants to participate in this, as a group of women who are from migrant backgrounds that are actively trying to do what they can for their society, at the same time dispel stereotypes and misconceptions people have in regards to Muslims and their fear of Muslims, and especially how they express their Islamophobia. It's vital that we are able to continue to run and to do what we can with our project. So our motivation is to apply for this grant so that we can grow and sustain our projects.
And I think when we go back to motivation as well and stereotyping, the whole, action, as we say, action speaks louder than words. So we do a lot of our actions. And one of the main projects that we run is every Friday night outside the GPO, we have 4 6-foot tables. Now we've 25 migrant women served there every Friday night from all different ethnicities and backgrounds. And that action itself shows integration, solidarity, empathy for the country that they're living in, combating the whole homeless crisis, combating stereotyping. There's a whole lot going on down there at the GPO. And also every year we do a conference. You can see, I'm not sure if we can stand up and show on the wall. This one would have been Inspire Me, Activism and Integration of Muslim Women in Ireland. We did that last year, and thank God the news, RTE News covered this on the 1 o'clock news, 6 o'clock news and 9 o'clock news. We do an interfaith iftar where we bring all faiths together. This was an interfaith iftar. You can see it up here. We had Archbishop Dermot, we had people from all faiths and backgrounds, and you can see higher up we had the Imam of our mosque coming together. And this wall behind us is a collage of work that we do. As you can see here, we've got on different, this would be interfaith, would have done a kind of forum of all faiths coming together and doing a big beautiful day in the park, and we took part in this. This is our homeless run. This is the women out there on the homeless run serving. This is camps that we do. You can see last year we would have took 50 girls, and the team of the camp was finding the strength within. I was helping them, and all these girls were from migrant background, finding that strength within them to help them be proud of their identity and move forward and work in today's society.
And just one thing, Lorraine, you were saying about the camp, some of the girls were actually living in emergency accommodation. So just to be able to take them from that strenuous environment and to show them that if they can, I suppose, face their challenges, that they can actually achieve things. So pointing at this collage, this is really just a snapshot of what we have been able to do.
We have done the work that Muslim Sisters of Eire continues to do is amazing. Only recently the Department of Education got in contact with us, and we launched a new project called This Is Me, and the project is talking about Muslim women, and it goes into schools, and we educate the transition year, 5th year and 6th years, and the Department of Education got in contact with us, and we launched it at their junior cycle religious education leadership conference on the 6th of April. And the new junior cert book that is coming out in September, 1st and 2nd year curriculum, we are in that focused in that, and Muslim Sisters of Eire are part of that book under religion and charity. So it's amazing. We've achieved amazing things. Families, again, one of our families who was in emergency accommodation, one of the families was coming every week to our soup run, and we were helping them. They eventually got a place, and now the mother comes and volunteers every week in the homeless drive, and she's actually a committee member now for the homeless. So you can see the impact of helping migrant women and how we can turn around their whole life, their way of living, give them empowerment and help them again find that strength within, find the self-esteem, don't be afraid, move forward. We've women that come on years ago that were
and a lot of them have actually, I can proudly say, through working with us, have developed their skill sets in many areas in relation to humanitarian work, education, like Lorraine was saying, through our education programs such as our camps, This Is Me, and our upcoming domestic violence education program, through the Homeless Fund, through setting up academic conferences. So there's a whole range of skill sets that migrant women as volunteers have gained through working with us, as well as improving their English, because they're exposed to people who may not speak their language, but they have to communicate. So there's so much development going on.
But they all learn from each other as well, because even though they may be Muslim women, they're all migrant women from different walks and different parts of the world. So with migrant comes culture, and we all learn from each other, the different cultures and their different backgrounds, which is amazing. So that is another time we have had here coffee mornings for breast cancer breast cancer research, and we had in the room there was about 60 women, and they were from all different parts of the world, which is amazing, all coming together for the one aim and objective is to help. So again, you know, this is our office. We've 2 TUS workers, 2 full-time
One's
TUS.
filming the video right
One's
now.
filming the video. 2
Just say
TUS
hi, Isabella.
workers.
Hello.
And we have a beautiful storage room. I don't know if we need to bring them down maybe and see the storage room.
Yeah, I said let's answer the last question and take them down so we can kind of
go ahead.
see where you are.
Last question.
What's innovative about your solution?
I believe what's innovative about our solution is that our group of women are skilled and experienced to look after people who are suffering from many different situations. Homeless, domestic violence, emergency accommodation, refugees, all at the same time. Like, we have a multitude of projects that are running in sync together. And we run them yearly, and we run them throughout the year as well. So I think that's innovative, because most groups out there will focus on maybe 1 or 2 projects that have influenced society, that have had a major impact. But rarely do you find groups that can do more things at once successfully. Normally when you have your hands in many pots, it's a disaster, but in our case, it's not. And we have a proven track record of that. So I think that's what's innovative about Muslim Sisters of Eire, that we're able to do many things at once with our great number of volunteers. We've got about 50 committed volunteers and 10 committee members, as well as...
That's core committee.
That's core committee, yeah. As well as defying stereotypes, breaking down misconceptions and building bridges between people of different faiths, different backgrounds together to work for a common goal. And this is my daughter Sarah.
And she's the next chair.
She's the next chair.
But also, I think a lot of it boils down as well to experience. I mean, for us to lead Muslim Sisters of Eire, I mean, it is a registered charity group. We are recognised by the social welfare. They have given us 2 TUS workers. We have an office. We have a lot of overheads. We have a storage room. But also, myself and Jasmina have quite an awful lot of experience. Jasmina, you're a school teacher. And I would have started in the voluntary sector and women's activism back in 2005. So I started with groups, non-Muslim groups in Dublin. I was with the Dublin 12 Women's Action Group, which were state funded as well from Pobble for 4 years, and I was their chairperson there. So I was gaining the experience on how I could do things for women before we actually sat down and started Muslim Sisters of Eire. We did 4 or 5 years experience within different communities and working with different communities and ethnic minorities, women's groups, NGOs. Travelled to Brussels a couple of years ago when we launched the hijab monologues here, and spoke on the hijab in Brussels. Travelled to London. Quite a lot of experience that way that has been gathered in to be able to, for us to go forward with Muslim Sisters of Eire. And we're not a new group. We are established since 2009, but it's only recently that we've been able to get more recognised. And I'd say in the past 2 years, and it's grown massively. Just recently on the 27th of February, if you look up Nationwide, if you get an RT Real player, Nationwide did a whole documentary on Muslim Sisters of Eire, which was amazing feedback. We've had the president on Patrick's Day got in contact and asked for 3 of our members to come for a reception on Patrick's Day in recognition of the work that we do with the homeless. Back in, I don't know where that photograph's, back in last June, he also invited 10 members of Muslim Sisters of Eire to the garden party, and his team was the suffragettes, which coincides with what we're trying to do, is empowerment of women and help them be proud of their identity and who they are. And that was great recognition, 10 Muslim women. The president cordially invited us to his garden party, again in recognition of the work we do. The Lord Mayor has had us. The Minister Staunton arrived here about 6 months ago in recognition again of the work and came to visit us. So we really need your help. We really need this grant. We need to get a paid worker and we need to grow. At the moment, the This Is Me campaign is going out all over Ireland. I've been in contact with school teachers all over Ireland. We will be travelling with this grant, if we get the grant as well, we will be travelling with this. Also, we're hoping to set up another branch of Muslim Sisters of Eire. So that depends on the support we get and grants we get. So
would you like to see the storeroom?
Storeroom.
Let's go.
Let's go, let them see the storeroom. Keep the video running.
All
right.
after you.
So we rent this office, and the rent for this at the moment they're doing a very good deal for us. It's $500 a month, but that can go up pretty soon. Yeah, we're nearly finished. We're way over. So this is the office in here. So at the moment, the girls are sorting stuff out.
Say hello.
So these are shoe boxes over here for the shoebox appeal we're doing for young children. This is our hygiene stuff for homeless. If you can get in here, you can see our sleeping bags, our bag for life, sleeping mats. We have a whole tea bags, coffee, a whole lot of stuff. This is all our stuff for the homeless. We've got our tables there, flasks there. These are a typical hygiene bag that we give out. You've got leg warmers, sanitary towels, feminine wipes, a little face cloth, brush, toothpaste, So we give out, and shower gel. So we give these out to people that are in need. And the rough sleepers get these bags up here, which have a sleeping bag in them, a hygiene bag, cat's gloves, scarves, and a survival sheet. They also get this ground mat and pop-up tent down there. So thank you so much for taking time to listen to our video. I hope you will understand what Muslim Sisters of Eire is all about. And as I said, it's Muslim Sisters of Eire, which means Ireland. It's Muslim Sisters of Ireland on a whole. I'm asking you, as the chairperson of Muslim Sisters of Eire, to humbly consider our grant, because we really do need this grant. And I thank you from my heart for taking time to listen to this. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And hopefully we'll hear from you soon. Goodbye.